Something's got to change. It's got to change now, and you can do it. Some people say that their future is already determined. It's determined as a result of their trauma experienced in life, their genetics, the environment that they grew up in. And for many years of my life, I felt this way too. As a girl, I felt trapped the way that my mother did with her addiction to alcohol. I felt as trapped in codependency as my father had in his experience coping with my mother's alcoholism. When I landed in grown-up land, I thought, this is it. Unfair as it felt, I truly believed that that was my destiny, that I would always feel the way that I did, that I'd always have this tremendous sense of responsibility for everyone around me but myself, and that was tremendously overwhelming. I could not imagine feeling, thinking, behaving, living any differently than I did. But then I got better, and over the last 9 years, I've been really studying people, and many of the most content, satisfied, fulfilled, successful people I have come across, interestingly have had very traumatic, terrible experiences early on in their lives, and yet they go against the odds and use the power of their mind and their determination to create a completely different future than the odds would say they would have. These stories have really convinced me about the power of the mind and the ability for people to completely, despite the odds, create the life that they want. And Henry Ford said, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. But there are millions, oh hi. There are millions of people in the world who have experienced extremely traumatic life events. They have overcome, they have reprogrammed, they have created a life that no one, especially themselves, could have ever imagined them having. They told the universe, God, the higher power, whatever they believed in, they told their destiny, they told themselves, no, I am going to build this life that I want. So 3 ways to change your future. 1 is the belief. Believe wholeheartedly that you are going to create a particular life, and you will create that life. So I have been a sponge to fellow human beings. I have read their books, studied their social media, asked them questions in person. I have truly tried to learn as much as possible from my fellow human beings of all ages and backgrounds. And what I have determined is that if you are truly unique enough to believe that you have the ability to change your life despite all of the odds, you will. Only those who wholeheartedly believe they can do it, do it. And 2 is have sharp focus on only what is going to lift you up and support those changes. So when you're changing your life, everything in it is still going to be the same people, the same settings, the same places, all of it is the same. You will still have people who are manipulative or negative, who just don't get it. Even those you're codependent on, perhaps, all of that will still be there. So you might have to invest more energy and time into what you're listening to, audiobooks, social media, podcasts, music, listening to what inspires you, listening to the stories of people who have done what you want to do will help you stay focused even when the voices and the words of all those other people are still there. It might also mean that you need to spend a little bit less time with your friends or family members who don't have the same vision or drive. They don't get it. In the process, you might meet or discover other people who do share your same vision and drive and will encourage you. And break societal rules about how you need to live. This is so huge for me. Live differently. Spend your time how you want to spend it. Be you. Find people who live like you, who share similar interests. They are out there. They just might not be in your immediate circle that you landed in. And 3 is to simply keep going. There is nothing easy about changing your life. It is always going to be a journey. And at times you will feel like a rolling stone, totally alone, and that's when you want to give up. It would be easier just to go back and spend all the time with your circle of people and friends, to stop listening to all of the words of those who inspire you, to just go back to being the way that you are naturally programmed to be. But that's exactly when you need to spend more time being focused on it, because it is going to be worth it. And you have the power with your mind and your determination to create the life that you want. It will feel unrealistic, it will feel impossible, it will feel ridiculous and difficult. Keep going anyway. 10 years ago, I didn't even want to live anymore. That was the spot I was in. And this morning I woke up and I felt abundant gratitude for my life. And by life, I mean the way that I am thinking and behaving and living. I never ever thought that I would be at this point, that I would feel the way that I feel, that I would feel grateful the way that I'm grateful for the freedom from the way that I felt those many years ago. You own your future. And I think it's important for me to note personally that I am still very much on this journey. This is not any destination to arrive at that I have arrived at, but I have definitely made tremendous progress in building the life that I want. And I could not have imagined being at the point that I'm at. And I so look forward to the continued growth. And 10 years from now, in 2028, to be able to celebrate the progress I would have made by then. I hope you are so well and that you are actively building the life that you want and taking good care of you. Oh, hey, are you still watching? Awesome. Well, you should be subscribed to my newsletter. If you're not, you should head over to my website, jodylamb.com, and make sure you're signed up.